I got in from work last night just before midnight, or was it actually just a little bit after? No, it was a little bit after. Find out that the teaser has been made for a signing announcement, and then at around 9 a.m. UK time, so that was 1 a.m. for me, it was finally confirmed. The news that has been circulating over the last week has been made official. Kalvin Phillips has signed for West Ham United on loan from Manchester City, signing a deal until the end of the season. Phillips has been training in Abu Dhabi for a little bit. He's been away with the Manchester City team, but he was called back to the UK and booked a flight home in order to undergo the medical at West Ham United and to sign the documents. The signing has been met with a lot of positivity from lots of West Ham fans, myself included, and it's a bit of a statement loan signing as well. Now, they say never to fall in love with a loan signing, and I can see a lot of comparisons here with Jesse Lingard. Not only did both these players sign from a Manchester club, but they've both been known to wear the number 11 jersey. 11 for a defensive midfielder, though, is a little bit uncommon. But I would have seen a bigger backlash had the number 16, i.e. Mark Noble's long-standing jersey, been taken. Phillips has already expressed a lot of pleasure at being at West Ham United. He stated that he wears the number 11 for West Ham because that's the month his child was born. And he even went on to admit that he would have joined West Ham had Manchester City not agreed to sign him 2 years ago. That's heartwarming, if you ask me. And he knows a couple of the players at the club anyway. He's yet to speak to them, according to his interview with Ironscast. But I'm sure that he's been training with the players and he's gotten to speak to a few of the personnel at the club. What can Phillips actually bring to West Ham? Well, I can see him allowing other players to go forward a lot more, particularly our fullbacks. Because of his ability to retain the ball, maintain possession, and also to make long passes, Phillips can be a very robust and essential part of our midfield. I would expect it to be structured as follows. Alvarez at the 6, with Ward-Prowse and Phillips, and then bring Souček off the bench if need be. It's not really an easy decision to drop Souček, but with Phillips coming into the team, you can definitely see Phillips being a starter. Having Phillips come on in games, Souček come on in games, I should say, is better, really. I think that it's just an excellent loan signing, to be honest with you, and credit to Tim Stuyton and Mark Noble for getting this over the line. Phillips is 28 years old. He turns 29 later this year. He's going to want to prove a point for a couple of reasons. One, he's going to want to get into the England squad for Euro 2024. I had spoken about that in another video. Secondly, he's going to want to show his worth to Manchester City. Which brings me on to my next point. City wanted to sign Paquetá in August last year. They could use Phillips as some leverage to the deal. Offer him to West Ham for 40 million, maybe, I've heard. There's been some debate around whether there's going to be a buy option or even option to buy, what have you, in that kind of deal. But that remains to be seen. If he plays really well and stays injury-free, West Ham could probably look at signing him permanently. That said, he will need to stay fit, something that he struggled to do during his time at the Etihad. Now, I think he's a quality player, to be honest with you. And he's already going to be in the squad for our game against Bournemouth, which feels like an age away now, but it's 6 days away at the time of recording this. So that's when we're going to get to see him in action. And I'm really excited to have him at the club, really excited to welcome him. And hopefully it's a successful January signing. Hopefully this is just the start as well of our window. Because I know West Ham's been in negotiations with up to 20 players, according to ex-West Ham United employees' Patreon posts. And who knows who could come in next. Maybe a winger, but we'll see what happens. For now, Phillips is signed. He's going to make a really good contribution to our midfield, and I'm happy to have him here. And, by the way, Declan Rice has spoken to Phillips about West Ham and given positive comments. We was always in that debate of whether Phillips is better than Rice. Well, maybe, if Phillips plays well enough, he could win that debate.